But that was his thing. He went in there with the notion that I was the biter, that I bit his stuff. You know what I mean?
Right.
Knowing that my shit don't look nothing like how, my man looked like a combination of Session, Jeremy. He did Dosu's move while Dosu's was there. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man. Like, are you gonna really like, you know what I'm saying? Argue with me? Like,
And you like we've said, you've been breaking for 20 plus years. So you have, existed, like I say, in the crew on crew era, and you still exist now when it's heavily one on one. What would you say are the pros and cons of each of those? Like the crew on crew era versus this now one on one era?
well, the crew on crew era, I feel it had a little bit more of a, of a bonding kind of vibe. You know what I'm saying? Because back then you spend a lot of time with your crew and you're creating these movements, you're creating these rounds, you're creating these routines. So you spend a lot of time, you get to know your crew, you know what I mean? Like now it's like crews kind of only see each other at jams mostly. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? And then just
Right.
meet up there, and it's, oh, what's up, man? To take crew pictures and all that stuff. And then, it's all love or whatever. But, there's not a lot of building going on. You know what I mean? It's mostly an individual type of lifestyle now. Because, you have the BC1s, you got all of the Unbreakables, you got all these events, these major events that only focuses on the one-on-one talent. You know what I mean? And then, of course, the crew battles, battle of the year. But now that's more structured as a, let's say, like a movie now. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got your choreography and all this other stuff. It's like a cheerleading routines and all that stuff, and it's cool how it evolved or whatever for the stage. But like, I still miss like a real crew battle. You know what I mean? Like we going at it one-on-one, you know what I'm saying? There might be some routines there, but it's a more, I feel like it's a more logical battle when it happens like that. You know what I mean? Other than that stage presence, because the stage presence is a format. One guy goes out, then it's commando for a routine. Then, then the routine goes out and one guy comes and it's attached to something else. And then he comes with the whole crew and then the whole crew do a little thing and they all land. You know what I mean? It's like, okay, cool. That's dope. You know what I'm saying? Like,
No doubt.
Structure. And then you kind of could get an idea of how the other crew's going to respond too, because that's how the game's being played lately. You know what I mean? There's no some unorthodox situations happening. It's kind of like structure, like, oh yeah, this is gonna happen, this is gonna happen, and this is gonna happen. I feel that the old time back then, it was more unpredictable things happening. You know what I mean? Because there wasn't a lot of eyes on a lot of people. So basically, when you're in the lab with your crew and you're creating all these movements and stuff like that, and you get to debut that with your crew behind you, doing it with you, that nobody has seen it, I feel that has a little bit more of an impact. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But now, since people are just they see so much data, so much freaking stuff everywhere. So it's not, it's cool. It's like, oh, that's dope. You know what I mean? That's dope. You know what I mean? There's not a lot of moments that it's like, what? I didn't even, oh, snap. You see that? You know what I mean? Like,
right.
Yeah, I feel that there was more moments like that back then than there are now. Right. Not saying that now it's whack. It's not whack. It's just different, because these are my views because I started breaking in the 90s, late 90s. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So I have a different perspective. Now the younger kids have a different perspective. So I understand.
So like you're still out there competing and you're still in the high profile competitions as well. How do you think the US scene stacks up against like what you see coming out of France or Russia or Korea? Because we're on the cusp of this Olympic thing, and that means these countries are going to be clashing. So do you think that we can compete with those guys? Because like you alluded to just a second ago, it's the flashy version of breaking. It's not necessarily the intricate, look at that footwork, look at the way he's linking his moves together, look at his flow. It's like, look at how he's spinning and blowing it up and flying. Like, do you think that we are on par with what they're doing overseas going into this, this era of country versus country on the Olympic stage?
I don't really think we up to par, reason being because we can't work together. You know what I'm saying? Like us as like, you know, the US, there's too many different conglomerates and trying to represent the US competing with each other instead of just getting together and working as a unit and getting the, you know, the younger guys that are really ready for this type of, you know, level. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody, like what I see right now, I'm not gonna mention no names, but what I see right now is everybody's trying to get put on. No matter, like, you got the old cats coming in, talk about this, talk about that, trying to get position in this whole thing. You know what I mean? It's like,
Right.
bro, like if you wasn't here in the last like 15, 20 years, bro, then what are you doing? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, you're,
Right. You've already walked away, so why are you coming back?
I trained so many countless champions and all this other crap. I'm like, where the fuck are your champions at, B? Like, nobody's even claiming you, son. Like, nobody
Right.
understands. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you know, I'd be laughing. I'd just be like, oh man, like, you know, I don't have to sit here and be talking about my history and who I brought up and who this. Like, I don't really, you know, I already did that. Well, you know what I'm saying? Unless you ask me, I'll tell you. But I don't need to do all that, man. I can prove it now why I'm here. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, that's how I view things, you know? And that's what I see, man. I don't think we're ready because we're not together. We have to get together, bro. We got to get together and really like nurture these young cats that have the ability to be in that platform. You know, that's a different platform. That's something else. Like, I see the Olympics as, you know, like physically fit, freaking, you know, on some vicious Vic type level. You know what I'm saying? Like,
well, he better mean business at this stage. This is all about business. So much on the line for their individual brands as well, Rory.
Yeah, it's a strong start from Victor. Whoa, this is outstanding from Victor at the start. So much originality in these moves. Great freeze there.
Vic, all he does is break. You know what I'm saying? Every day. Right. You know what I mean? He's in another level when it comes on. His stamina, his body's on point, his movement's on point. Like, he's not going to mess up. Like, that's Olympic level to me. You know what I'm saying? And then you have culture, which is, you know, grassroots. You know what I mean? Like, stuff that's still going to be here no matter what. You know what I'm saying? Like, the Olympics can come and go, but that's always going to be here. So I love that the Olympic is getting involved because there's going to be two avenues now. And remember, not everybody has the same demeanor in breaking. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's going to be cats that kind of want to do all the flashy craziness. You know what I'm saying? And they're able to do it. So that's an avenue for you. That's an avenue right there, the Olympics. That's your avenue, bro. Like, boom, you can flourish on what you want to do with the breaking culture, you know what I'm saying, in there. You know what I mean? And then if you want to be more artistic, more expressive, you know what I'm saying, more about what you're building, then you have the culture side of it, which are going to be all the little jams that are still going to be going on. You know what I'm saying? And you know, it's just going to make things a little easier for everybody because not everybody has the same vision. You know what I mean? Like, I've seen it countless of times where it's like, you got cats that come from inner cities and you know, they on some gangster shit, you know what I'm saying? Rah, rah, boo, you know, throwing up shit or whatever it may be. And then you got the suburban kids that are just as good as breaking as them. But the thing about it is, it's just the history between them. It's different. You know what I'm saying? The upbringing, and the way that they view the dance, you know? So sometimes you can't mix those things, man, because dudes get offended easily or, you know, certain things, you know what I mean? Street shit gets involved. So it's like, it's good that this is separating because that gives a chance to like the suburban kid that never been in the city like that or never seen no gangster shit or never really like, you know, he can flourish in what he really wants to do, which is, you know, flare, windmill, air flare, doing all this crazy stuff, you know, and there's an avenue. If he wants to go and learn about, you know, creativity and being an artist within your, you know, within your own stuff, then there's a lane for that too. And you can access that too, but you don't have to be there 24/7. You know what I'm saying? You have another lane where you can come back and do your thing. So I think the Olympics is great, but like I said, man, we need to start working together, bro. We need to like stop all these different little cliques and conglomerates and everybody's trying to get put on or whatever. Let's just work together and get the real best kids from the US to represent the US. All the other countries have it together already. Right now, all the other countries have it together except the US. And that's facts, bro. The US right now, we created this and we can't get together to represent as one.
For more quality content from Beyond the Cypher with Illskillz, don't forget to press the like and subscribe buttons. Also, feel free to follow us on Facebook and Instagram at Beyond the Cypher. Let us know how we're doing down in the comment section. And to make sure you don't miss anything from the channel, smash that notification bell. We appreciate the love and support. Peace until the next episode.